G'day guys, welcome back. I'm doing another ring pour today. I'm going to try something a little bit different. Different paints, not my usual global paints today. I'm going to try something a little bit different because I know one in particular gives me great cells without any silicone. So I'm going to try it again. I'm not going to tell you what the brand is just yet. I'm going to wait and see if it actually works. See if my experiment, my hypothesis is correct, as they say. So, base is floetrol, and I'm using 3 parts floetrol to 1 part paint. I have black, aqua, blue, a turquoise, green, and another aqua. So that's the order I want to layer them in my cup. And I've got a 500 ml 2-cup measuring jug, so it should be just a little bit fuller than that. So in go the colours. Black first. No silicone in these paints today. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know that I've been doing ring pours without silicone and still getting lovely cells. So the rest of them I'm just going to pour in on top. That's the aqua. Pale aqua it is, very pale. Almost a mint green really, this one. Lovely colour. Blue. So what goes in first comes out last. So I'm hoping my black will be the centre. Turquoise on top. So I put 90 grams of floetrol in each cup and 30 grams of paint. So 3 to 1. So there's 120 grams of paint in each cup. Bit of green, just to add a bit of interest, otherwise it's all blue. And the last of the pale aqua. So it's a pretty full cup there, probably got about 700 grams or mils. Paint's starting to react on top. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour in the centre. I'm not going to pour in rings. I'm just going to pour it in the centre. Quite quickly, because I do want the paint to react. Different paints rubbing up against other paints is what creates your cells. And I can see some lovely effects happening already. Be interesting to see what happens when I start to tilt. The drips. I just finished off in a little bit of a circle there just to add a bit of interest. Lots of cells already. Now I'm going to just torch them because I poured that really fast, so there's going to be lots of bubbles in the mix. So we'll just give it a torch to get those bubbles out, and that'll also bring up some cells, as you can see. Lots of little cells popping up. Don't get too close, you don't want to melt your paint. If you heat the paint too much, it'll start melting and spreading too much, so you don't want that. It's like melting ice cream. Obviously it's going to spread. Now I'm just going to give that a minute. Really loving these colours here, these lovely aqua and green against the black. Lots and lots of cells happening. So we'll have to wait and see what happens when I stretch it, whether or not they'll stay or not. I do want to give it a couple of minutes because there's more, as I'm talking, there's more cells popping up. These light colours, the pale aqua or pale mint is just popping up on its own. Give it another zap with the heat gun. Look at that, look at them all popping up. Amazing. Even over here in the green. That pale aqua is amazing against the black. Okay, right, better not keep you waiting too long. Now, which side will I go first? Questions, questions. I was going to get a corner catcher for this pour and I forgot all about it. I'm just going to grab a piece of board. This is just one of those cards that I do my experiments on. I'll fold it in half and see if I can use that just to catch some of the paint. I don't want to lose too much of it. Over the edge, come back into the middle. I'll go to this corner here next. Quite a thin mix today. You can see it's flowing really easily. Back again, I'll just tilt over the edge there where you are. Back again. And I'm going to turn this around. Over to the other corner, my left. Might actually have a little bit too much paint on here. It's the stretching of the paint that causes the cells. And if I've got too much paint, I don't need to stretch too much. Bring it back into the middle. You can see the paint's here at the moment. So always bring it back to the middle before you start heading in the other direction. Wow, look at this. Weird little cells here. Big areas of rings there with cells in them. Lots of little cells there. It's really unusual, this one. Last corner. Over the edge. And back. Last corner. Put my catcher here. Quite like my little catcher. Stopping all the paint there, which is great. take it away and a little bit will go over the edge, but then I can bring it back and still use all that paint that would have gone over the edge into the corner. It's like a big arrow shooting across. Don't really know what to think of this. It's really unusual. Never seen anything like this before. Let's bring the paint back to the center. Work out what I want to do with it next. There's a lot of paint here. Might try and get rid of some of this off the edge here. Just turn it around again. I have got some padding underneath this canvas so that it doesn't sink in the center. Not that keen on up here, but not much I can do about that really. I may try and tilt a bit of that off after I've done this. Just tilt a bit off here. Not too much. Get rid of that line down there. I don't like that. There we go. And come back. Okay, how's that looking? Weird. Lots of cells. The cells up here have got 3 different colours in them. I don't really like this corner. Let's see if I can do something with that corner. And I don't want to tilt it too much because these cells down here are already starting to get elongated, so if I stretch them too much more, it won't look very pretty. Let's see what happens if I go this way. Nope, it's not going to work either. Stretch these ones out a little bit more here. That's okay. Stretching okay, this lot here. Just got to keep an eye on them, make sure these ones are elongating a little bit. I'll just take a tiny bit off the edge here and then I'll stop. We have to learn when to stop. Bringing it back to the center again. So these are getting a bit stretched here on the edge. That is really, really unusual.